Good afternoon, 0508. So we are getting to the finish line. It is the 25th, June 25th, Tuesday. And I want to thank the group that went crazy again in terms of our discussion on vision, urinary system, but especially sexuality and aging. And that was Maureen and Sylvia, and they did a great job. Big topic. Like many of us indicated, you know what? Don't let these gray hairs fool you. I still got the same needs, same desires, same need for fulfillment. So very cool. So now we are going on to Tavin and Wu's discussion, and it's about the topic for this chapter, which is mental health and aging. And what you really need to understand is that this is a big issue, big issue, swept under the rug many times. When we look at something like clinical depression, everybody knows the high-risk group is right after you go through puberty and your brain is just flipping out from all the hormones. Okay, so that it's kind of 17 to 22 age group, especially women, the highest incidence of clinical depression. But the severity of the depression, that's when it creeps in old age. Okay, and as you'll see in the graphics, the incidence of suicide skyrockets in old age depressants. Okay, especially in white males. Okay. And so you kind of have to ask yourself, what is the cause of these problems as we get older? And I have laughingly spoke many times with my mom, and I'm starting to creep into this venue already at 57, and in anticipation of this, Janelle, happy birthday. Okay, she's coming up. We had the same birthday, June 30th, and so my mom used to complain, who's now 92 and doing great, that all she did was spend all her time going to funerals. Okay, is that depressing? Yes, it is. Okay, so your family dies off, your friends die off, so your whole social support network begins to dwindle, and this can be very depressing. Luckily for my mom, she has 3 sons living in the same community in Southern California, and so we are there for her along with her grandchildren. Not everybody has that luxury, so that's depressing contributor number 1. Okay, and then you have declining health. Okay, and this can be very depressing. And one of you is going to be doing a paper on what happens when you have a decline in the senses. It's a condition called sensory deprivation, when you go deaf. Okay, when your vision declines. Again, this affects the release of the neurotransmitters, the feel-good transmitters. Okay, serotonin in particular, and so all these factors contribute to problems in terms of mental health. Now, Wu and Tavin have really chose a neat topic, and that has to do with drug addiction and mental health and aging. And this is, again, something that doesn't get discussed enough, especially when you consider that we hand out the opioids like candy. Okay, so you're older, you blow out your knee, you hurt your back, you're in lots of pain. Here, let's take some Vicodin. Okay, these opiates are addicting, and the addiction to prescription drugs is a huge issue as you get older. Okay, you can combine that, okay, with alcoholism, interaction of drugs. All these things are problems for a subset of the elderly, and you self-medicate again when you have these things that we talked about that are difficult to deal with and contribute to clinical depression. Things like loss of a spouse, loss of your friends, loss of mobility, loss of health, inability to do the things you used to do, things that gave you great pleasure. Now you can't do them anymore. These are really tough topics, and people oftentimes will turn to self-medication, where the other types of things that they used to get fulfillment for were kind of medicating. I'm a classic example of this in terms of self-medication. I surf. that causes a release of all these great biogenic amines and serotonin and adrenaline, dopamine. Okay, and I'm really going to have to watch myself when I get older because I know I can't surf forever. Okay, so you guys enjoy, and we will meet again next time. One more lecture.